energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, this is 7 seas. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, this is 7 seas. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me.
Welcome to the first ever DXB Crypto Day Show. It's important that we meet up, link up during the day. And in this video, we're going to talk about a couple of things. The bond market is kicking off. And of course, crypto is trying its best to balance things, but we're gonna try and understand what this really means for us. And if you're seeing me for the first time in the day, get used to it, because we're going to be live streaming live from the UAE during the daytime. So guys, this is what's happening with the bonds market as of today. Now you might be seeing, of course, I'm going to be more active here because I do believe the next 3, 4, 5 weeks will be very critical for us. But lots of news coming in. And of course, UK, as I reported earlier, is basically 30-year bonds are rising exponentially. We've got very important labor market data coming up. And of course, the UK bond market is collapsing here. You can see here by Cabosi letter, UK now at a 15 times higher than they were at the start of 2020. And of course, just 5 years ago. So what's happening? And they go through a whole kind of explaining of exactly what this is. Andrew Tate here. Anyone who sells their Bitcoin or even trades it to make few dollars is a moron. Take it from someone who speaks behind the curtains. The system's about to blow. We are facing a macro headwind. Should we be concerned? What do rising yields and bonds mean to us? So the impact is quite interesting. It's basically referring to increasing interest rates, right? Or bonds like the US Treasuries, the yield signal, the tighter monetary conditions. So borrowing becomes a lot more difficult, of course. And again, this goes all the way back to Federal Reserve rates, of course, to curb the inflation. But we saw some charts yesterday as far as the US is concerned, and this is pretty accurate in terms of inflation year on year. So if I could, let me just go and share that again. We're going to talk about some altcoins as well, guys. Like I said, it's going to be way more beneficial now that we give all our efforts to the markets in this last stretch. So I'm going to be doing these shows quite regularly, and I'm going to bring you updates on these things. So it's all kicking off this morning. Interest rates are at a level which doesn't seem too crazy, right? And it looks like they were falling And the only thing, or the only reason why the interest rates are up is because of the tariffs, right? That's what they tell us. But historically speaking, share this. Let me go back to this. So if you're seeing your altcoins today, the market is a bit kind of all over the place. You've got World Liberty Financial up, down 27%. Of course, this is a no surprise to all of us. But then you've got 203 that are doing well. But by and large, the majority of cryptocurrencies are right now in the red. So what should we expect? The picture is going to be quite complicated by the fact that the situation that's going to unfold on Friday, and whether we're going to see that pressure on the labor market. So, in my opinion, it is going to be a hell of a wild ride. But what we need to do is educate ourselves for the next 5 weeks, 4 weeks. There's going to be huge swings and there's going to be opportunities. I'm going to do more daytime shows and hopefully I'll do the nighttime show as well, guys. But we are going to look into opportunities. We're going to look at all our altcoins, but we're going to focus on the macro as well, because without the macro, guys, I'm telling you now, it doesn't really matter where we buy crypto. The macro is going to be the main driver of exactly what we do in the next couple of months. So understand that. Now, in terms of M2, in terms of the US M2 money supply and the global money supply with Bitcoin as well, I mean, we are in the same space. Let me just get something up here. Why is it? Okay, stop sharing. Let me just go share screen. Let's share this one with you, legends. Okay, so I haven't seen a massive deviation here. Okay, M2 money supply is going up, especially in the US. And this is in preparation of what's about to come in terms of the quantitative easing. This picture here has been absolutely going nuts in terms of the growth. So we're going to look at this one as well. We are, like I said before, we are way above where we need to be. So they are printed money, guys. They are definitely printed money. Good morning to all my brothers in North America. You're not used to seeing me at this time. Q-Bird here, all good fam. We've got a few questions here. Avnish said, Avnash, sorry if I butchered your name, said, what you say about Tau, extreme bull case, price in the short term, long term, etc. Yeah, we'll talk about Tau. We'll also look at Devi for Mahindra. Peace and love to you as well, brother. We've got Caveman here. Good morning to you, sir. We've never really met in the morning. I got a meeting today, but I'm listening. Beautiful. That's why we're doing this. Our whole community, man, we're going to increase. We can do more in the Discord as well, but I just feel like we're just such a tight-knit community. We can actually live stream these more and more. So we talk about Tau. Ethereum dominance is sitting at 14% right now, which is not too bad, but we are going through a period of slight resurgence from Bitcoin dominance. And Bitcoin dominance here facing resistance on the daily. Of course, it looks like it wants to head down and break this 58% level. It has actually built a very good support at 58%. But when you look at Bitcoin dominance, breaking its historic charts, for 3.5 years, Bitcoin dominance gave us nothing. And guys, finally, it doesn't matter if the price of Bitcoin climbs. It keeps on dropping. Now, a lot of people are afraid, could we get back into this trend? And I don't think so. I don't think we'll see Bitcoin dominance. Maybe we can test it, but I don't really see Bitcoin dominance having enough power to reclaim above that. But I certainly see an attempt for Bitcoin dominance to run back into this box. While dominance is falling, the altcoins eventually will start gaining on, and you'll get to a stage where Bitcoin dominance is low and falling. The price of Bitcoin is either going sideways or going up. So Bitcoin is technically not going down. At the same time, you will see the price of altcoins skyrocketing. So that is an interesting watch over there. Yesterday, we talked about, for example, in the live stream, we talked about Beam, and Beam is definitely doing okay, and it is kind of consolidating around this 7 cents area, but we did see a 7% move. Currently, Beam is sitting at 5%. Very, very good cryptocurrency long term, but I do expect this low order block here to be activated for Beam. This green area here could potentially come in for one last test, even though we've got a massive, massive level that Beam is currently above. Bitensa Tau, we can take a look at Tau as well. And let's go to, let me just change a couple of things. Avnish asked a good question about Tau. I think Tau is going to be, and we look at Devi as well, but what do I think of Tau? Now, Tau for me is, you can't ignore Bitensa Tau. I gave the long lecture about it in a video. You can catch that on the channel, but I have also looked at it many, many times and discussed it here with you guys. Now, Tau is a long-term play because there will be growth of decentralized or, you know, projects that are going to be competing with, you know, Wall Street, basically. Yeah. So Tau is going to be one of those projects in the long term. I think as AI becomes more and more, you know, more and more central to our lives, you will see Tau doing a lot more in terms of its market share. Now, I did do a video saying buying Tau now is like buying buying Bitcoin in its early days, but we are seeing a retracement of Tau. We've predicted that we could be coming towards, look, this is a key level. This is a very key level for Tau. So if you're holding Tau and if you are buying Tau, Tau has a very, very strong support level here. We can see multiple price action, resistance, and support at these levels. You can see, you know, this is a very key level for Tau to hold, right? You see it here. You can see it here now. And of course, right now, this is a very good support level for Tau. So if Tau happens to break that level, right, we do have this interesting level here as well. This is all of this level here below $300 would be very, very much a welcome place to trade Tau. I would definitely buy more Tau if Tau becomes available around here, right? $250. This region here, this kind of like nice price action here, support and resistance between 270 and 250. There is your buy of Tau. Of course, if we break that, we come back and test this lower order block below 200. But I can't really see that purely just because the Tau halving is coming up and we have a very strong support level there. So if you can get your hands on Bitensa Tau below $300 for a beautiful 10x, perhaps even 15x, I think you should be able to do that. You will multiply your money with Tau. Of course, with a lot of these other projects as well, but you will multiply your money with Bitensa Tau. Now, my brother Mahindra there wanted to look at Devi. Now, Devi is an interesting one. Okay. It has an RWA pump of crazy magnitude. If you look at the move that it pulled in from various different announcements back in November 2024, I mean, really, you've got to go back to September 11, 2024. And this moved, I believe this move was a 10x move, right? for Devi. So can it repeat that? Basically, we have seen these charts that have the West Side Connect type of charts, and I wouldn't be surprised if Devi does similar thing here, right? I wouldn't be surprised if it does that at some point. Will it be as extensive and as hard as this one? It remains to be seen, but this was a monumental move of exactly 10x, and it moved by like 140 bars. So that's an interesting project to watch from that dynamic for sure. So we can actually look at the current market caps as well. When it's all said and done, guys, we are going to make money. Like right now, the only thing that will stop you from making money is if you are completely in a pile of shit. At least if you don't have your portfolio arranged in a manner that will allow you to make this money. But what we are talking about here, a lot of these projects will make very, very good returns. It's just the market right now with the macro, the way it's going, it seems to be, it's just exactly where the top is going to be is the big question. And I'm leaning towards 2026 rather than 2025. So we do have accumulation, but we still need to execute what goes on right now. Like we really need to execute what goes on right now. Let me just kill these. What is this? We spoke about Epic Chain earlier. So right now, the market cap of Devi is 35 million. The volume is sub $360,000. And this is a case for many, many projects. Liquidity in the system is non-existent. And if you're looking at this and thinking $35 million, doing barely 400K in trading volume over the last 24 hours. Why? Because there is no interest in low caps. There is no interest in crypto right now. That's the problem. Is it a concern long term? Well, it really depends on what the project is doing, right? So they are on mexigate.io, two exchanges that are decent for volume, especially Gate.io. Big up to Gate, big up to Mexi as well, channel partners. But I would say right now, look at the volume on Gate, right? It's $10,000. Uniswap, $14,000, 800, right? Again, this is not Mexi. This project is doing a $1,969 in the last 24 hours, right? There you see it there. So is that concerning? Of course, the volumes are low, but look at this. 1st of March, 2024, a year ago, this did $2, right? So if you look at the price, current price, it's 80% down. So is it a discount or is it an avoid? I will tell you right now, the project is going to come down to if there's any kind of project leads or project founders watching this. I think your marketing is going to be very important. It's going to be very, very critical for you to make sure that the project is basically getting getting its share of the limelight as much as possible. Because if you look at this, let's go with an entire window. Coolio. Let's see, entire screen. Yeah, let me share this. If you look at this, so this is what Devi is. Impossible, unlocking global digital assets, every market. And that is what it does. Now, it does have very good utility as far as I'm concerned. And it was marketed beautifully in the run-up that I've been talking about. But right now, I can pull up 20 different charts and show you that there's no volume in low cap cryptocurrencies. They did very well with their kind of an area that they pushed very, very hard was this section here, their ambassador program. So these guys were getting in with lots of different KOLs, and of course, they've got a decent team. So it is a layer one. It is an RWA-driven layer one with its own ecosystem. And entire engine room was this. Welcome to the engine room. This is the thing, Devi Exchange, right? Groundbreaking platform, fully harnesses infrastructure, blah, 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 blah. Regulatory compliance, top tier security, lightning fast transactions. So it is in that category of smaller layer ones. I hope that answers your question, brother. So very currently high risk, high reward, and definitely good to keep an eye out on that one. But it's low enough, and it should show us another pump. Fingers crossed. Yeah. All these, yo, Patu's in the building as well. Peter, was good, my brother. I wanted to do a daytime show, honestly, because right now, yeah, shut the bed. I thought DXB. Oh, did he resign? I didn't actually know. Any thoughts? CEO or similar resign, project is spiraling. So you mean OXO? Let me know exactly what the project is. Is it the OXO, the Alex Becker one, right? Big up to Acid as well. Acid in the building, Patu in the building. Big shout out to you, brother. Yes, very good question. So we can look at some kind of project permutation, see where we stand on price levels, right? So let's have a look at let's just go to the SUI chart and let's turn this to candles. So most people can actually find it easier to look at these. So first of all, this is, I'll just do SUI and SEI. We'll start off with, let's do SEI. Let's get a clean chart for SEI, USDT. If you remember when I was talking to Crypto Danks the other night on the live stream, we kind of like talked about SEI. And there are some areas of interest for SEI, guys. It is SEI is going to get abducted by aliens and go shoot up. I'm starting to like that conspiracy as well. The conspiracy, the ability to talk about crypto in the third realm. Anyway, SEI can do, right? I gave you 3 targets. I said, look, the moment you break above previous high, right? $1.16 here. Remember, SEI did that with no TVL. So SEI achieved all of that, but it had really, I think it had $25 million in TVL. So this is what I was predicting. And this yellow box here is the area of most liquidity. So SEI could do, break above this level here. And I think SEI can absolutely do anything between easily. I mean, I would take profit starting from $8 plus previous all-time high, 1.2. I think it's a good place to start collecting some money, $1.20. And the reason for that is just into price discovery, little 20%, 10%, whatever, because the price is low enough. It's still going to be on a current levels like nearly 4 or 5x. So I would take some profit there, but majority of my profit taking would be in this area of the $2 mark. So this whole $2, I would definitely take some more, and then I can see SEI comfortably going above $2 up to $2.8 is very comfortable, right? 288 or 280. But then you've got these other upper fib levels. So most people will be going towards the $5. And I do believe SEI does surprise us. But the chart is telling us, the extensions are telling us where the best liquidity is to exit. So without being too scared, you can scale your way out, I would say, up to this $2.80 area, and then leave a little moon bag behind if you want to get to $5. But Say's kind of extension, go all the way up to the higher FIBs where there's likely to be less liquidity. There's also the psychological levels, but I do believe anything from kind of like $2 to $3 is possible for, say, this cycle. And then, of course, if you want to get out comfortably, you got to target all-time highs up to like $2.80. That's going to be super comfortable. You don't have to worry. Like, eventually you'll pull out a 10x. So right now, say is at 27 cents. Can it get to $2.70? Of course it can. It's still within an area where liquidity is highly possible. But you just don't want to leave it too late in terms of grabbing that money. That money. And of course, Alephium chart is a lot more difficult to predict. But what I would say with ALF is the current chart, it's on its backside. 26 cents. This is as low as you could imagine, right? So if we go look at this, I mean, ALF is going to be an interesting one to watch, guys. At the moment, it is really, really like kind of struggling, huge. But we can see here, upper price target of $16 and a comfortable range of anything between $4 to about $10 should be comfortable. So that's ALF. ALF will, again, you know, I would like to see ALF get to this 2618, which is possible anyway. A lot of projects do that. 2618 to 3618 could be interesting. But again, this level is going to be crucial in pulling some money up. And these are really good returns. I mean, a 10x on ALF right now is just a $2.60. So you could, you know, your exit points could be very well justified. You know, you can do a massive exit here. You can do, you know, these kind of like $7 level. It's also pretty cool. And $10 is going to be fully psychological. So you can actually move good money on ALF up to that level. And so, yeah, I hope that answers your question. Pat, to my brother here. Looks like we're heading for Sell the News event on the 15th. Absolutely, brother. We talked about it extensively. It's a trap. It's a dump. It is a shit show. And it's kind of like we are psychologically bounded to see what happens here. But ultimately, crypto will bounce back and we will get to levels of exit. We will get to levels of exit, God willing, of course. Sam said, could you, good to see you, brother. Good to see you too. Could you mind giving me thoughts about MinLayer, ZK Thunder? It's on testnet, and of course, Token Factory on testnet, and DEX on testnet. So I can definitely give you, let's start with ML, USDT. The charts don't often lie to us. The charts tell us exactly what's going on. And this chart here is a very much similar chart to most of crypto right now. The only difference is there hasn't been, this line is extremely flat here, right? There hasn't been any significant, I would say, price action, except this volume back on the 22nd of June. There's volume. And of course, last year when the market was way better, when this outperformed a lot of cryptocurrencies, and this is where we were DCAing in. and making the mistake as the project was becoming more and more bearish. And then there was the staking announcement. So right now, it's very hard to see where things go for this project, because again, it's just falling and falling and falling. And I really can't see, if they lose this level here, then where do we go? Like, you can actually see how crazy this is, right? And you can actually see why the chart just looks precarious right now. It's below where it needs to go. So right now, this is one of the toughest charts in the entirety of crypto. So unless they are doing things that could bring this project back, it's difficult to see where things go for ML, in my opinion. Besides the entire Bitcoin layer 2 and DeFi space is non-existent. So just to put this into perspective, let's have a look at the biggest project on Bitcoin L2. So this is the creme de la creme, the Rolls Royce of all Bitcoin layer 2s. It has the most DeFi project. It has the biggest Bitcoin TVL, 100 million. It has the biggest volume. Stacks is the indicator of all of these layer 2s. Now, the thing with Stacks right now is just too cheap. Stacks right now had a dismal yearly performance of minus 58%. So if I was actually buying a Bitcoin DeFi blue chip, this would be the one I would be all in, right? Made in America. It has TVL. It's got excellent tokenomics. It is the active Bitcoin economy within the leading Bitcoin L2, right? But nothing is happening. No runes, no ordinals, no Bitcoin. Like, the max is Bitcoin is now a treasury. Like, it's countries are using Bitcoin as their get out of jail card to become debt free. El Salvador is even breaking up their Bitcoin holdings into multiple different wallets because they are afraid of quantum, right? So what's going on here is this. If this is what Stacks is doing, and I do actually recommend people to look into this, but again, in a better trended market, Stacks, you would think, would capture some of the liquidity in Bitcoin, and as a result, Stacks will do like crazy numbers, like $100 billion. But sadly, the whole of that L2s for Bitcoin, nothing. But if I was going somewhere right now to answer your question, to put some money into something that is very, very good, and within that Bitcoin DeFi space, I would look no further than a project that is made in America. Yes, it's $1 billion, but could this get to $20 billion? Who knows? But Stack seems to be the indicator for me when it comes to all Bitcoin DeFi. OXO, I think that's the one, right? So, sorry, the next one could ZK Thunder. Let me see if they're on here. ZK Thunder. Let me know where to find that. Is it on ZKML? Is it on Dex Tools? Let's go to, and give me the tickets if you can. I mean, if they're in testnet, I think it's going to be very difficult for me to have an opinion just yet on the speed I want to do. Testnet, and of course Dex, which is also on testnet. Let me see if I can find Dex on Pulse Chain. So yeah, let me know the tickers and where to find them, and I'll look into them for you. So the next one is OXO. 0x0, Crypto God John. And this is Alex Becker, if I'm correct, Mahendra. And look at that. I mean, this is the life of a token that solely relies on influencers, big monumental influencers in the space to hold. And I think this is what you were talking about. So this is very ugly. It looks like it has fallen up to 89% since the start of the year, 60% in the last 7 days, and of course, 30 days, 74%. So these are big, huge drops, and it has dropped below a level that is acceptable for me in a for a project. Now, I don't know what the latest is, so I take it that the CEO has resigned, as you said. It still has a TVL and an ecosystem that's around 451,000. But look at the trading volume here, 228K. So it looks like this project is in some shit. But let's see, because sometimes buying this shit, if it's possible, makes you money. Like the FUD makes you money, right? But you have to be very careful when the chart is falling below historic levels, breaking its bottom support. The best way to investigate is to spend some time on Twitter. I'm sure somebody will spin the beans. I've never really held this one, even though we did an early buy alert for this, if you remember. I just bounced off key support showing strong. No, it's not. 8 hours ago. Price action reclaiming the lost ground. No, the volume is ticking up. Absolutely not. Sentiment is shifting, not a high, but this is the problem with X. So what we need to do is we big up to Nansen.ai. We will go to Nansen and we will do Nansen search on OXO. What's going on? Who's been dumping? Let's do a bit of forensics. And so there goes the heavy dump right here. Damn. That is a... Yeah, to be fair, I mean, this is the one candle here that got slapped. That candle here. Let me just show you this candle. So this is what basically, and then of course it got eaten back up from here. So it looks like there was an element of truth to the dump, and there was an element of truth to the buybacks. So we know Becker holds tons and tons of these OXO and Crypto God John as well. Now, when I see something like this, if the project has no fundamental issues, then it just means, okay, a whale's gone out, somebody left the project. However, if it's more sustained, right, in the case of this, I mean, this is a chart that's starting to see a bit of lifeline after a massive dump. So let's go to the holders. And the first thing you're seeing here is 34% of smart money, or smart money has dumped 34% of their holdings. Public figures, I assume this is where the likes of Becker and Crypto God John come in. They own 500,000 of these tokens. Whales have been buying this. They own 16 million tokens. And of course, exchanges hold about 200 million. But top 100 addresses have increased their holdings by 29.9%. Now, in terms of distribution score, holders, 32,000 holders with a supply held by the top holders of 24%, and then fresh wallet whales, 0.3%. Medium holder only holds $42. So in terms of centralization score, 28%, not the worst I've seen, right? Not the worst I've seen in terms of that. So from here, what I can see is this metric here that might help us. 27th of August, the price is collapsed, right? This is key. 27th of August, with a price collapse around here, the balances of whales went up there. So 7.5 cents, the balances of the whales increased. What that tells me is one thing. As these prices dump, some money is actually buying. For the ultimate degen risk to reward ratio, that crossover for me, because if the balances and the price dump together, right, then you can see that this is like kind of like end of the project. But if you're seeing the balance being eaten back up and the price dropping, well, okay, it could even be insiders buying, the team buying, whatever buying, considering that the public figure holdings of, with the assumption of Alex Becker and of course Crypto God John staying around 500,000 tokens, 69,485. So how much will 500,000 tokens cost you today? And the project all-time high, considering this went up to 50 cents, man. That's insane. But 500,000 today is about 9 grand, right? So 9,081. So to hold 100,000 tokens, 1,800, whatever. It's a very high risk, high reward, friggin' 95, 96% down with a CEO issue. And then what we need to do is just go back and investigate what the F is going on, you know. But I can tell you now, balances haven't really decreased. In fact, they got bought up. And of course, there's a lot of worried investors like Grandma here who thinks that the floor has been established, believe the FUD. All sellers are gone. OXO could easily pull a POW. Now that's a hope, right? It is a decent hope, but that's a hope. So I don't really mind buying the blood, but I really need to understand as to the reasons why, what's happened here. If you're holding right now, chances are you're frustrated. I am too. ETH rewards are down. Prices are struggling. The community filled with doubt, complaints, ultimate FUD, ultimate fear. You know, uncertainty and doubt. And I'm not telling you to buy this fear. We've got enough fears to scare us for days. But yeah, this project looks like it's in a fighting battle. What is this? Team made millions. Yep. Alex Becker is the one. Tax scam. Spent 10% on that to pump the chart, and then slowly bled and gain amazing tax returns. Let's see what this is. It is always appreciated, things like this, but new features are coming. I want to clarify the project, like Spectra, go through multiple rounds of proof of concept before moving to the final product. And yeah, there's problems there, bro. I hope I've answered your question. And I hope you can see both sides of the argument, but there is something clearly wrong there. All I can say is the public wallets, the public figure wallets are still holding this thing. They still got this thing going, which is not bad at all. You know, that's let's see if we know these addresses, public label. Woody Levine, Rookie XBT. I want to see Becca's wallet here, man. So Woody Levine. So this basically wallet has a 90-day PNL. Has done one trade in the last 7 days. That one trade is OXO. Received OXO. But we don't know from which wallet. Let's see who else is in here. Wow, this smart wallet made $3.39 in the last 90 days. and of course, this wallet dumped OXO, which is quite quite ridiculous. Alpha is killing me. I know, brother. Me too. I think what's your average again? To $1? It would yeah, that's absolutely, Maud was talking about it, and honestly, we should, all of these smaller projects, man, are very, very difficult right now. Steve, great to catch you on a daytime show. We're going to do more mornings, days as well, because, I'm always trying to cater to the North American audience at night. And I think, it's morning for those guys. So, yeah, I think this is a pretty decent time. Not bad at all. Tau is the best, safest. And I do believe, I agree, everything you say, brother. Like, it is absolutely important to be sticking around in that Tau chart, man. I did look at it, but I'd look at it again because it's such a sexy chart. Yeah, you see where we are now? Crazy, crazy order block. So I think our assessment on Tau is super solid. This is the level, and that's what it looks like. Sui. Cristiano's launching his own meme coin on the BNB chain is what I keep hearing every single day. Sui looks like he wants to come down some more on an important level, of course, but it looks like it's already poking through, and I can see Sui coming slightly below $3 in the short term. In the long term, this thing is a beast and should do absolute madness. So we should, from this recent move to this bottom here, Sui is looking delicious. However, I do not agree that we will see the $30, $40 prices for Sui this cycle. However, once you buy Sui again at 20 cents in the bear market, the next extension will be those $20, $30, $40. It's going to do a Solana next cycle. If you had to be like a smart, patient man, yeah, what you could do is just watch Sui in the bear market, right? With better tokenomics, with a second cycle, and I think the pullback will be quite significant as well for some of these, unless we get like an extended kind of minor bear market, but I don't really see that happening. If we, it's crazy. Like Sui is just from this move here. It's funny that golden pocket lines up with an area of liquidity as well. 65%. I'm sorry, the 618, if you look at this here, this is very, very telling. And we could well see the prices where that arrow is. So, yeah, maybe just under $3 will be the last opportunity to get some Sui prices. And then in the bull market, $10 plus to $20, I think it's doable. I think it's reasonable. And it looks like it will achieve that. It looks like he will achieve that, Lewis. So yeah, keep that in mind. Appreciate it, brother. Price prediction for Alt Cloud. Alt, actually, Crypto G showed me something which was quite good. It was their restructured tokenomics. So the $20 million market cap right now, I think this is going to look way, way better once they update this on the tokenomics side of things. It was also announced on X. But remember, this is a layer one, right? They got their own layer one. So what am I looking for? Let me just show you some of the... So Binance and OKX wallets, that's very, very bullish. And of course, they are releasing marketing and PR, which is good. On LinkedIn as well as a normal real company. And then, of course, recently they've been on this Deepin Expo in somewhere in Asia, I think it was. So they have released an update of Alt Cloud's tokenomics. And once that gets updated on places like CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, which is very hard sometimes because CoinGecko is notorious for, I remember for years, there was a project I used to hold in the bear market, Veracity, and they would never update the friggin' tokenomics. So this project is able to do, let me go to where's the charts? So if you looked at the chart, Alt USDT, you see this kind of structure normally scares the shit out of people because what you're seeing is just like the longer time frame. But what you can see here is a slight uptrend on the 4 hour. There was a massive area of sell pressure there. You could see that thick red. And of course, the prices have fluctuated wildly in that time. So you can see like huge spikes coming in at various points. You've got this wick here, you've got a wick here, you've got a wick here. And it's all part of a longer extended downtrend, right? So this is I would probably say the downtrend is there. This is more like a sideways channel that's just forming. But the downtrend was pretty extensive and it started around 28 cents. And that was the channel of trading between 28 cents and then going down slightly, right? You can pretty much see that the price interacts with this channel a lot. But then since then, what it started to do is go on this thing here. So charting it is a bit more difficult because it's kind of a chart that had the opening price and then got dumped and then kind of trended sideways. So what I would probably say is for this to go on a massive run, what we probably need to do is we need to just come back here. And then areas of liquidity, I would say possibly from where it is right now, a 10x is all the way above. Yeah, it could, 30 cents, and then 60, which is 20, 70 cents. Yeah, I would probably say this is an area of interest once we break above the all-time highs of 27, 28 cents here. Right? So you can clearly see where the price targets are. So I would probably say if I was in Alt Cloud, my first sell target would be around 27. Why? Because that's going to be into price discovery at this level. Then I would like to do my 10x target. And it doesn't always happen like this, guys, but it is what it is, you know, around this level. You know, if I sold at the old previous time, that would be good profit for me personally. Then around this area, around that 30 cents area, I'll take some more profits and then I would scale it up. By the time you will know anyway that we get to 40, 50 cents, potentially even say 60 cents, which is doubling 100% from the all-time high, then you can start playing around towards this $1 mark, $1 area. Now, this considers purely on a technical level, and it's subject to, of course, it is going to be subject to the tokenomics and a lot of the positive news that's coming out of AltCloud. But it's just one of the harder charts to look at in terms of price prediction, because we know the all-time high is not even that bad from, you know, getting there quite quickly with a speedy 10x. Bro said, is worth getting into Kita at this price even after it's already had the previous pump? Mr. Hammer. Up the hammers. I would probably say, look, the thing about KTA is, as a layer 1 on base, KTA USDT, you could see that it had the pump, but it also had the dump, right? And where we previously caught, I think we caught this, it was around here. Was it around there, or when did I do the buy alert? Anyway, it was sometime early in the year, and then it just absolutely went nuts. I would probably say wait for a little bit on the basis of this chart here. And as far as your question is concerned, is it worth getting into? I think so. I think it has very good whales. I think it pumps. It's on base. But we could see the ultimate touch on this level, which is absolutely given. It's given away all of the gains from the previous two pumps, right? So you might want to just wait for this 78%. You know, it is actually at a stronger level right now, but it is below the. So if you look at this level here, to perhaps a touch of this level here, that's going to be quite important. But I would say on the whole, like, this was maybe not the best chart to use for Kita. Let me just go find the other charts. Slightly older chart I need. Yeah, let's go to this one here. Yeah, I think look, it is at slightly low levels. I think it's a good buy anyway, but I would kind of stagger some orders just in case the market gets more bearish here. But you can see a massive buy zone here. I do believe we had this at around 9 cents in the Discord initially, but this is a very strong level. So yeah, perhaps maybe slowly DCA into it. I agree with you, bro. 250 is the kind of bottom. So probably don't take the chance from below 300. Just put like 4 orders up to 250 and you should be good. I think Tau can hit 3,000 virtuals, $20 because of their narratives I agree with you. Um, just a second, guys. I'm getting a very important phone call. Sorry about that, guys. Selling a car, so somebody called in. I think it should get to $3,000. But more importantly, there is a potential that it may even hit $5,000. We just don't know. But $3,000 is probably a best case scenario and a clean 10x right there. Mate, invited to a boat party on Sunday, March 26th after a great bull run. Cheers. Thank you. Appreciated, much appreciated. And yeah, look forward to it, man. It is it's always lovely when we get to party together. So yeah, that's a lovely one. And yeah, virtuals for 20 as well. I do agree. And bro said, can you look at based AI? Creator capital markets will go crazy on Solana. I mean, based. That's what it's called, right? Bum, bum, bum. Let's have a look at this bad boy here. The chart is very much a work in progress. Initial pump was absolutely insane. Got to 1 cent. And then there's some buys coming back into it. So very hard to do TA on these, but so far the chart is really what you expect a launch on Solana to be. And then of course you got the website, and let me see what's going on here. Telegram, Twitter, super based. Validated, they have a store. All right, I want to know about your project. Okay, Telegram. So you see, with these projects, you've got to go deep into it. You know, it looks like I'm already following them, which is it must be my AI agent. Sprinter, 2 men in Milan. Let's see what this is. Based house episode. This looks kind of fun. This is fun. This is quite funny. What, these bands got a show? The fuck? It's just screaming. You seen that guy's actually got pump.fun tattoos. It is wild. I mean, listen, honestly, stuff like this, it's funny because I'm following them. $2 million market cap, and I don't think they're on any exchange, but one of the guys had basically a bunch of pump.fun tattoos. See if they've actually got. They do. Oh man, I would say probably put this in the watch list for sure. This is hilarious, man. 30 days is up 153%. But it is funny, man. Based house. What the fuck, man? They should put the team from Based AI in that house. But it is good fun. Like I said, I'm following them, which is absolutely it must have come up with on one of my alpha, alerts or signals or whatever. But this is funny, man. This is funny as F. And it came out of Pump.Fun. So yeah, good shout out, bro. It's Creator Capital Markets will go crazy on Solana. No, very good shout. Very, very good shout. Worth putting into the watch list for the community. What's my feeling about memes moving forward, and what chain do you figure will rise above all the others when it comes to meme casino? Very, very good, bro. So I have two theories with meme coins as always. You can expand it a little bit, but one is always buying chain leaders, like whatever. Like for example, with base, it is obvious with the last video that I did that Toshi, not only from where we entered below $20 million, but Toshi will also make you good money because it has nearly 1 million holders. Whereas, for example, the largest meme coin in the space by holders is Bonk. And Bonk was completely airdropped to millions of people or millions of wallets. So that gives Toshi an edge. I do believe when you come away from the chain leaders, you've got your Pepe's on Ethereum that just moves with Ethereum. You've got base, you've got few on base. Base for me is the place, but it is kind of, you've got to be very careful on the base ecosystem. So the reason being, not everything on base is going to go mad, but if you own one of the blue chip base meme coins, I do believe you'll do very well this cycle because they don't have a token, right? So, of course, Aerodrome Finance is going to do well. Toshi is going to do well. Then you've got that entire category of meme coins and the base. Well, am I not seeing categories? Yeah, let's go base here. So I think for me, the base would be the place where, with the base wallet, a lot of good meme coins will grow. And then you then have to look at Sui, of course. And I would even say go as far as looking at all the big layer ones and grabbing a decent meme coin on each. But overall, I think, in terms of liquidity, you'll have the Ethereum and then Solana meme coins as the kings, the big dogs, where Solana had about 8 meme coins in the top 100 recently. And Ethereum does that anyway. So base is going to be quite interesting for me for stuff that's slightly not being looked at right now. But because base is going to market through these, there you go. There's the meme coins on base, right? So the top 3, again, Ponky is another one. It's on base and it's also on Solana. So you've got KeyCat here, 50 mil. So this is the blue chip for me, meme coin on base, Toshi. Then, of course, Ponky around $53 million. I think Ponky will pick up at some point. But then you've got all of these smaller ones Like Miggles was doing very well before the crash. Ski Mask Dog just ripped up. Key Cat is always solid around that $50 million mark. But forgotten ones, like for example, Benji is possibly one of the oldest meme coins, along with Toshi on the base ecosystem. Mochi is another one. And then you've obviously got some of these more Shiba on base, like this is new, but this has been kind of ripping up 14%. It's just been quite consistent. So this is a good place to watch. Russell, I thought, was going to do very well because of it's Brian, what do you call Coinbase's CEO's cap. And then I had Brian and Andy, which haven't done anything right. But these were bought as micro caps, sub $1 million. So technically I'm up on these. Boomer was an airdrop. And then Condo is a meme coin that's going to run well with Ondo. And then Crash, I don't know whether he took the money from Brett and put this on Crash, but this is like right now just chilling at $1 million market cap. But this is the place to hunt for good quality meme coins. Now, of course, Sui. Sui is another place that should be of interest to everybody when it comes to meme coins. And a few of the Sui meme coins that have been doing very, very well. If you look at their top kind of projects, you've got, by the way, CETAs, despite the hack, has been holding very, very well, which is kind of weird because I thought it would suffer more pressure. But the biggest meme coin on the Sui blockchain is Mui or Mew. And despite the fact that no one talks about it, nobody promotes it, nobody buys it, yet it does consistently well in terms of the volume and in terms of the market cap. Then what we have to do is look through this and say, okay, Sudeng the Hippo used to be the biggest meme coin on the Sui blockchain. It still has, in terms of volume, and look, this is the market cap, and this is the volume. So Sudeng has a $9 million volume, which is pretty healthy. And then you've got my favorite here, which has suffered quite a bit. You've got Lofi sitting at 14 million, but the volume is way, way less. So I do see Lofi long-term being the #1 meme coin on the Sui blockchain. But we need to see more work with Mr. Labs. Blub and FUD have always been there before the others, especially FUD. And FUD has not done anything. In fact, FUD is falling off quite a bit. Now, Sui Trump, on the other hand, is a community-led project, which is, so you've got Axel, and then you've got Sui Trump. Now, this seems to be held quite nicely by the community. $12,000 in terms of the overall market cap, volume, but 1.8 million in market cap. And this was around a couple of 100K before. And then there you see the damage. The oldest OG meme coin in the Sui blockchain right now is at $1.5 million. But just keep your eyes on FUD just in case that shit wakes up, because that should have the narrative of being the OG. And then you got Carl Chassey's Tardy that completes that list. But I would definitely, my meme strategy would be chain leaders and definitely look at the different layer ones. So when Monad comes out, look at the Monad meme coins. Go to Aptos, look at their #1 meme coin. Go to Say, look at the likes of Millie and Sayan. And that's how you should be collecting meme coins. We shouldn't have to buy this Solana bullshit that comes out every single second. We should buy chain ecosystem meme coins. That will do very well. ZK Thunder is a mint layer 3. I don't have a token yet. Yeah, I agree with you. I think the fundamentals of mint layer I have addressed with that comparison to stacks until we see Bitcoin DeFi and the space changes from because look, Bitcoin is struggling with layer 2s and we're talking about a layer 3 for mint layer. I will do some research on it and I'll probably give you a better, more constructed answer, but it comes under that whole stacks watch. We need to watch stacks. We need to watch stacks to see if that ecosystem or that narrative ever comes. Bro said, so let's see. Try, what's this? I'm having, you guys are having a nice little discussion there. And yeah, we looked at Casper, bro. Casper, bruv. I like Block Street. Mr. Fuad in the building. Bank on base is screaming. That is the funniest meme coin, right? I don't even know if Rob Banks is the one, right? I think that's the one you mean. So yeah, we talked about Rob Banks before. I think I posted this as a sub tiny micro cap, whatever it was in the Discord. But I do love the community. You know, the Rob Banks community is just funny, man. Funny as hell. So for that reason, I think Rob Banks could do very, very well. It's just a hilarious meme. Casper to $5. I hope so, man. That'd net me a lovely amount, to be honest. Casper USDT. See, the thing with Cas is the more we don't talk about it, the more people don't really look at Casper in that way. Because this is, again, the best asset from 2022 to 2024. Beat the shit out of Bitcoin like mad. But if Casper is going to do mad, wow, it should really be quite obvious to the levels it's come back. You could see here the FIPS fit perfectly. And let's go from, where do we go? Let's take this move, for example. Let's come back to this move here. So if we're going to have a look at where we kind of top out for CAS, we could look at it in different ways. We could maybe go to let's go all the way here. So never really retraced that level. I'd be happy here. Look, if you look at this, Casper is meant to top out at around 80 to 90 cents, right? But what we need to take into consideration is the fact that the Casper was one of the first to pull back. So in my opinion, I think we should see an area of $1.50, $1 to about $2, maybe $3, sorry, maximum for Casper, in my opinion. But the chart is telling me one thing, and it's saying to me that, yo, Casper could go on top around the $1 mark. Which is going to be bigger, AI or RWA? Marwan, that is a wonderful question, brother. It is always going to be. So the thing about RWA, because there's a lot of things happening constantly on the regulation side for the kind of tokenization push, which is where the meta is right now. Everybody's doing a stable coin. every country is going to have a stable coin. Everyone's going to talk about a RWA, this or that. It takes more of the mind share, but AI is like an avalanche. So I couldn't really separate it. But if you ask me by pure performance, this year it's been RWA. Last year, clearly, it was AI. But that's because the idea that tokenization is going to take over the world, Wall Street's going to tokenize, stablecoin regulations, Genius Act, all of these bullish things are mostly to do with tokenization. Some projects are playing the game so well. We've seen Epic Chain, RWA. We've seen Tarwa here, RWA. We've seen Aptos move to RWA. Say RWA. Say was meant to be a fast settlement layer for native layer for exchange data, but now they're also doing RWA. Casper is doing RWA. So you can't escape RWA. You can brand to the point. Remember last year when we had the AI branded on every shit project? You know, touch my face AI, scratch my nose AI, you know, pick my nose.ai, AI agents, DeFi AI. It was kind of like so saturated, like you couldn't really separate yourself from AI this or AI that. But I think the ultimate acid test is going to be which one of these will make us the most money. And I do believe AI natively anyway, the good projects in AI will do massive, because I think RWA, blue chip and good projects, I think it's a little bit oversaturated. Blue chip AI projects, I can count them with one hand that are doing genuine things. You know, you think of the likes of Potenza Tau, Neo Protocol as kind of like the blue chip in the, you know, render, if you want to put it into AI deepin. But then you've got tons of smaller AI projects, all labeled, just labeling as AI. And then you've got good ones that are small enough and good deepin projects that can cross over to the two. You know, you'll think of your you know, your AI techs, your Morphwares, your Octaspaces. These are all genuine teams doing their work. It's just they're not translated into the charts because people are completely drunk on all these narratives. Bonk on base is it Bonk? It's screaming. I didn't even know. I thought it was Rob Banks. Sorry. What do I think of State X? I think it's a brand new launch, so it's going to take a little bit of time for the chart to settle. But ESX right now, $15 million market cap, very good trading volume to market cap, decent chart. You can see all the metrics there. I think it's very good, and of course it's on base. That's also very good. Now let's check Bonk. Oh, it's not on there yet. It's probably, yeah, you saying screaming as in should really be on there. Mr. Gregory in the building. How are you, boss? Hope you're well. Do you think Drift Protocol might give us a run? It was like last time we got to, wow, that's a very good, that was a crazy run, by the way. And you were one of the only few people I remember who put me onto this one, brother. So appreciate that. This run is not over because this was a vertical, but if you look at the chart is fairly consistent, right? It is currently $200 million market cap, but the TVL here is very impressive. TVL here is nearly $1 billion. Trading volume is very good. This, as far as Solana DeFi is concerned, I think this is going to be a banger. Now, it's not on big exchanges, so we don't see Coinbase or Binance or anything like that. So I can't really see why Drift wouldn't really push through and have another run, especially after the success of Hyperliquid. So that's my opinion. I think we will get another run. Got such a wonderful turnout. Guys, should we do more daytime shows? You guys prefer this? Big up to Elias here. Thought it was worthwhile to note that. Oh. Name sovereign.com, strategic digital assets, domain names such as token. Very nice, brother. Appreciate you sharing that. But anyway, guys, listen, it is time to play with my daughter. And I'm going to love you and leave you. But I'll see you on another live stream. And do let me know in the comments if it's worth doing these daytime ones. So I can do maybe a schedule this better for you guys. And would you prefer it in the morning, or was the timing today perfect? Patu and the rest of the crew, do let me know that. And again, thank you so much, guys. God bless you all. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.